Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So continuing with whatever was said in the last video, there are a few more things that I would like to share related to the 8th house, and that is the sign on which the 8th house falls. Okay, so that sign also has a lot of say in what the planet in the 8th house would behave as. Okay, but then before we go into the meat of the topic, kindly like the channel, subscribe to it, like the content, share it with your friends and family, and do let me know if you would want to know something more related to the 8th house by leaving your comments below in the feedback section. Now, coming to the signs, the 8th house and the signs of the zodiac. If the 8th house is located in Aries, then it indicates that as an individual, you're going to give advice, and it does not really matter whether you are asked for that advice or not. Okay. And these people having Aries in the 8th house, they sincerely believe that they are the best at understanding all issues, and they don't really like it when someone starts advising them. Okay, so this is a drawback associated with the sign of Aries in the 8th house. If you have this, then see if it matches with you and then try to rectify it as well. Okay. Now, if the 8th house is in the sign of Taurus, then it shows that you are very good at handling other people's money. I've seen natives having 8th house in Taurus, and they work at banks and financial institutions. And these people, they always know where it is profitable to invest money and where it can be effectively increased. Okay. And at the same time, these people are not really, not very concerned about their financial standings. Money is not the main goal in their life. Okay. And if these people take a loan or borrow money, then they have no problem in repaying it on time. But then these people, they prefer to save money rather than borrowing money from others. If the 8th house falls in the sign of Gemini, then it says that, you are an open-minded person and you have a strongly developed natural curiosity about the mysteries of life and death. And these people have a very strong curiosity, and sometimes this curiosity can become so prominent that their questions are no longer tactful. Okay, people may get offended, and you may, once you offend a lot of people by your tactful questions or so-called tactful questions, you'll not really understand what you have done to do so. If the 8th house is in the sign of Cancer, unlike Gemini, the topics of money, death, and even more, and even more so, sex are very personal, and you don't want to flaunt them as such. Okay. And you can discuss them only with the closest people, and this can lead to a certain isolation. And you can really understand that communication with people, even on topics that are closed to you, can be very, very useful. Okay. Now, if the 8th house in your chart falls in the sign of Leo, then it shows that you like to manage other people's money or run a company or organization in which you would want to keep everything under your control. Okay, so these people make excellent managers, and they usually know more about the organization they work for rather than the owner or the boss. Okay, and in addition to managing other people's finances, these people are very much attracted by the search for deep meaning, the hidden truth of the world around them. If the 8th house falls in the sign of Virgo, then it characterizes you as a cautious person when it comes to finances and investments. So these people, they won't do anything impulsive until they get into all the details. And their caution is present in relationships as well. They are constantly identifying and solving problems between themselves and their partners. And it could be any partner, it could be your spouse, it could be a business partner, or it could be a friend. Okay. And the flip side to this is that there is a constant search for problems that they have, and this can cause dissatisfaction on a sexual level. Okay, so if you have 8th house in the sign of Virgo, then you should trust your feelings more rather than your logical sense. Okay. Now, if the 8th house falls in the sign of Libra, then it indicates that your partner will help you to significantly improve your financial condition. And what matters the most to these people is that they need a relationship in where they can talk openly about about their problems and fears. Okay, and if you have this combination, if your 8th house falls in the sign of Libra, then the kind of relationship you can build through love making or physical intimacy is a great way to build emotional intimacy with your, with your partner. 8th house in the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio is the natural 8th house of the Kaal Purush Kundali. So, it indicates that these people have a natural attraction to philosophy and religion. And the questions of life and death are also of great interest to these people, and they'll spend a lot of time looking for answers to their questions. And by the end of their life, they will have formed a clear position that will allow them not to be afraid of death, because, they know for sure that there is something else that they have not yet been prepared, or that there is something else that they have no idea about after death. Okay. Now, Sagittarius, if the 8th house falls in the sign of Sagittarius, it indicates that, these people have their own personal philosophical approach to death. And this approach is usually the result of their worries about the loss of loved ones that they had to endure. And in general, for these people, the experience that they get in life and pass through themselves is very, very important. Okay. If the 8th house falls in the sign of Capricorn, then it indicates a lot about your preoccupation with death and what kind of legacy you're going to leave behind. Okay, it can be your children, in whom you will invest a lot of time and effort, or maybe a financial fundamental contribution to art. And this placement says that you have finances received from your partner, and you can fully focus on the legacy that you will leave behind once you are ready to go from this world. Okay. 8th house falling in the sign of Aquarius. So, this is a combination that reflects your desire to constantly try something new and something that does not follow conventional standards, both in financial matters as well as matters of sex and love. And it also indicates that you are a born innovator and you'd love to indulge desires and whims. And sometimes this can negatively affect your finances. Okay, you can suffer significant losses. 8th house in the sign of Pisces. So this means that you are prone to anxiety, and you would be worrying about literally everything that is related to the 8th house, particularly death, particularly inheritance, and change. Okay, these people would be very afraid of change. They would be literally haunted by the fear of failure. So if you have this combination, then try to build a habit of trusting your intuition, which is of course very strong for you. Okay, and this will help you to confront your personal demons and help you to develop self-confidence. Okay, so that's about the 8th house in the in the different signs. Do let me know if that resonates with you, and do leave behind your comments in the feedback section. They mean a lot to me, so that I can improve my content as well. And if you have a need regarding a consultation, please reach out at the number provided in the description box. So that would be from me in this video. I'll see you soon in yet another video. Namaste. Om Gurave Namaha.